Hey, it's Coach with Tactical Hive, and today I'm here at the Glock store, and I brought a few old rigs that I had in the past. Kind of the evolution of the battle belt. And initially, we'll start with this one. This was a shipboarding battle belt. Got your cool suspenders. We would wear this under our dive rig when you're going to the boat. So this is what you would end up climbing with. On this, you got the way old Safariland pleather, whatever, and then of course you would have this, the shape doesn't have the, attachment, but you'd always have your dummy cord on here laying your dats in case you drop your gun. You'd be able to find it at the end of that cord. And then you have an extra bungee here you throw over the top. It's lost a lot of its bounce, but it's now, that would hold your gun in, and when you got up to where you needed to be, you'd pull that off and be ready to go. Back then we were getting issued a good old Glock knife. Just gotta have a knife on you at all times. And it's a decent knife at the time. We're talking late 90s to in around 2000-ish. Place if you have a waterproof radio, you got a radio pouch you can put on there and have that set up. This is a waterproof gas mask bag, but we'd use it for whatever you wanted to keep dry. And then you shove it in there, zip it up, and then suck it down so it would be neutrally buoyant. Little possibles pouch here in the back. And of course at the time, we were using MP5s, so you get your cool 3 mags of MP5, and you'd have your, obviously one loaded, maybe 2 mags. And that's how we would do shipboard assaulting. Back in those days, we didn't have body armor that was buoyant, or neutral anyway. It was all real heavy, steel or ceramic. So we didn't use it. We just figured, what the hell, gotta hang out sometime. And then, let's see, we did a gear thing a while back. I talked about my rig that I wore when we invaded Iraq. And this is the other piece of that. This is the battle belt that went with it. Back in those days, we're still figuring things out, and I tended to go a little heavier. So I've just got these good old Home Depot suspenders, modified them a little bit and put them on here. Got your good padded pistol belt, whereas this one doesn't have any pads, of course, because, well, you're wearing rubber to get there, so it wasn't chafing you too much. And you don't want things that soak up water, because when you start from the water and you come out of the water, the less water that sticks to you, the better. So anyway, this one we had set up, had my good old SIG 226. I'd have a light on it. I don't have a light on it now. The old bail holster. And as we roll onto this side, this is a catch. And as my my job was either grenadier or breacher. So if I was being a grenadier, then this would secure my 40 millimeter grenade launcher around here, around the side, okay, in case I needed to go throw a bomb at somebody. And if I was a breacher, I had a short shotgun, about yay big, that would just stick in there. And this one doesn't have it anymore, but I used to put a magnet there that would help hold it in as well. And these good 40-pound rare earth magnets are pretty badass. As we move around the back, you always have your possibles bag here, extra gear, whatever, and I always had a bag in here in case you needed to pull something off of somebody and keep it contained for one individual. There was some tags in here, so if you tag them, just say, tag them and bag them, well, there's the bag you keep it in. Rolling around, just carry these flex cuffs. You have them zip tied together, put that on somebody, zip them, and then they're good to go. You keep them shoved in just in one of these little holes here. If you lost it, no big deal, but And then this pouch over here, put a couple of flash crashes in here. And then in the main compartment, I would have either 40 millimeter grenades or a bunch of shotguns for breaching. Okay, and that's what was all set up along with the kit that I was rolling with. Of course, there's your mag pouches for your pistol. And like I said, this one had a nice pad on it, because with all this gear, the chafing's real. You know, you want to make sure that that padding, you know, you're not going to be uncomfortable, or as little discomfort as possible. You're always going to be uncomfortable to a certain degree. So moving on, this rig here is what I kind of left off with, and it's got the cool Safariland ALS system, so I can take this one off, do a little magic. If I'm shooting the SIG with the light, I got that one. I'm gonna shoot a Glock 19 and just drop it right in there, and nothing else really changes. Again, this one has pads, again, because the friction is what's going to hold that on you. Okay, rolling them around the back, you know, small knife, small of your back, just sticks out a little bit. Some guys would say, oh yeah, that's a knife you're going to give to the guy behind you, but never happened to me, so I guess it's okay, right? And then you got your first aid kit. Okay, you also going to have one under your plate carrier, but this is your auxiliary, so you've got more. Usually has tourniquets and, you know, stuff that you can get to. And we're just talking, you pull this tab and out it comes in one big, you know, handful. We roll around here. Always got to have your multi-tool. So multi-tool on the belt. I put this, this is a M4 magazine pouch. Again, it's just there. I'm not going to carry more than 2 pistol mags, and there was enough room there. I was like, all right, if I need an extra mag, I can shove it in there, and it's a pretty quick reload. And then I got my dump pouch up here. Well, okay, got the magazine pouches for your pistol up here in front. Got 2 of those, and then this is just a dump pouch. A lot of guys keep their dump pouch behind them. I like to have mine right here because it's just an easy move. You can drop your stuff in there, you know where it is. I'm not going to drop more than 2 in there, and you know, I'll repopulate my chest rig at some point. So for me it worked better. You know, your mileage may vary. So that's the kit there. With this, I always had the my leg harness. It's not really to do much to keep the gun down. It just keeps the crotch of your pants up where it's supposed to be, so you know, it doesn't bind when you're stepping over things. And then this was a knife I was just kind of playing with to see how I liked it. Jury's still out. And now the evolution has come along a long way. So whereas on these you needed some padding to keep that the belt comfortable. Now, see, this one's from S-Stack, but S&S, Blue Force, there's a bunch of companies out there that make this type of kit. So this is going to go around you, it's going to go through your belt loops, and that's what's going to hold your pants up. Okay, and then this one here, the outer belt, has your hooks, where this has your loops, and it locks right in there. And you know, at first I was like, gimmick, well, not quite sure. But let me tell you, this thing is slick, it's comfortable, and you don't need, it's not relying on that friction, it's relying on the Velcro to hold that sucker in there. So this one's from S-Stack, like I said. These pouches, nice thin. They got flexible Kydex or plastic in here that, you know, will hold on to a variety of different size magazines. So, you know, if you run Glock one day and a SIG the other another day, like I do sometimes, it beats having to change that stuff out. And then this is their version of the M4 magazine pouch. Again, really lightweight, really nice. I haven't quite populated this one yet. I just got it, and so I'm doing my my gear shakeout to figure out where I want to go with that. But anyway, so this is kind of where the evolution is going. Now we hang a lot more stuff on our body armor, the plate carrier, which makes sense because it's right here. And then you want to keep as much weight off of your hips as possible. You know, the reason I had these on here is as this got heavier, just the fatigue of your legs, you know, increases. Whereas, you know, more on your body, maybe a backpack, and less on your belt is probably the way to go. All right, so if you're in the market for a new battle belt, kind of stay away from the old stuff here. I was just kind of bringing that for historical reference. You know, stick with the newer stuff. There's a lot of good stuff out there. Do your own research, and again, your mileage may vary. You know, different situation that you're building your kit for. If you like this content, hey, like, subscribe, and hell, leave a comment for me.